Agenda is Kirk Rodman with the High Ground. He has a display here on one of our tables, and has been name's been mentioned a couple times. Great place to visit and experience. And there are a bunch of times I used to travel on that way quite a bit, so I'd stop there and go through all the displays there. So we just welcome Kirk Rodman. I'll get his CD in here.
So guys, we're running really short, and you said to keep it really short, and you know what that means for me, that's a half hour. You know, it's really a pleasure to be here in this, with all these guys that I know that are really wonderful people, and they've done all these things. And for those of you who don't know, the other two people in the room that don't know me, my name is Kirk Rodman. I'm the volunteer general manager at the High Ground. How many of you have been to the High Ground? Good. I'm going to take you through it real quick, show you what's happening, twist your arm for some money, and my wife and I are going to get out of here, out of your face then. While he's getting that in, Hmong Day at the High Ground is May 14th. We're going to set 20 stones and honor the Hmong, and they will have, in the exhibit hall, they'll have a show of the Hmong culture, so you want to come up and see that. You have a report? Okay, Nancy will come in and do it. Very good. Perfect. Well, welcome to the High Ground. Did you get added, Nancy? Well, we're going to try. You'll just bear with us a minute. We'll skip right through this. The High Ground, for those of you who don't know, it is the only manned Veterans Park in the United States. We have people there every day, 8:30 to 5, and as of next Tuesday, we will have a counselor on board every Tuesday, a counselor on board from the vet centers. For those of you who don't know about the vet centers, they don't report to the VA. So we welcome you to come and be a part of that. And thank you to all of you that come to the High Ground and work. We have 330, by count, 330 volunteers working for us right now. If you don't work there, we want you to come and work 4 hours a month, April through October, 32 hours a year. Not very much, but we need people there to welcome the people that come in. So for those of you that come and work, thank you. God love you. Our mission is to honor veterans and their families. Thank you. So, our vision is to honor human courage and sacrifice, but our focus is on healing and education. Number one place when you come to the High Ground is a flagpole, and standing right in front of it is the tribute to the nurse. And here's the nurse. And this is one of 4 tributes at the High Ground to honor women. And the Liberty Bell, for those of you that haven't rung it yet, you got to do it. Come and see it. World War I, this guy is standing with his hand open, welcoming people. It's not a closed fist. It's not in a protective mode. It's how we, the High Ground, interact with people. The effigy dove, for those of you that haven't been there, and that's me with the 5th graders laying down on the effigy mound. It's a tribute to POWs, MIAs, and MIAs. At the High Ground we have Missing in Action, and we have Missing in America. For you heard all the statistics today. I'll give you just one to remember. For every person killed on the battlefield today, we have 20 people with life-enduring injuries. Life-enduring injuries. So we lost 6,000 people in the Persian Gulf so far. 20 times that is 120,000 people we have that came home with life-enduring injuries. A broken psyche, a missing arm, leg, or all the above. And for those of you, for all of us kids, we have a tree house. Come and see it. It's awesome. It's around a 168-year-old green ash tree. timber frame gift shop and information center, we're working on that. April 22nd to the 25th is our work days. Call us and tell us because the city provides the food for us. We'll be working for 4 days. Come and see, work with us for a day, 4 days, whatever you can afford. This is the Gold Star tribute. The Gold Star mother was here today. We're going to help take and improve that. We're going to put a sprinkler system on it so it's nice and bright and lovely. So we're doing that for you, and that'll start this spring. How am I doing? Good. Native American tribute. For those of you that haven't, there she is. We're fixing a Gold Star tribute for you, putting water on it. Yay! Native American tribute. This is a national tribute to Native Americans that fought and died in Vietnam. Our Korean tribute, and guys, for those of you who don't know me really well, next week? Next week's my birthday, isn't it? I'll be 81, so I'm one of those Korean era guys. Korean tribute, we have 3 figures in it, heat, cold, and anguish. Come and see it, and we'll explain how it works. Keep going. World War II. The world changed during World War II. Today we have women and men in this room. We ran out of guys, and the women came to work, and they're still working. But ladies, for those of you that haven't heard it, there's a rumor going around they're going to start paying you the same as guys. I heard that. And the WASP, this is really interesting story for the WASP. They asked women that could fly to come and work with them. 3,000 of them showed up. They kept 1,100 of them, and they worked for 2 years, and they fired them. And it wasn't until 1979 that they were recognized as veterans. Do you think you got it done? We put in a meditation garden for those people that have that broken psyche or all the above, and it's a beautiful place. Come and see it. The key note in it is the Fountain of Tears. It's about survivor guilt. Maybe 1 or 2 of you know about that. This is one of the few tributes in the United States to that problem. Ascension of the Doves is part of the meditation garden. God, it's nice being married, isn't it? It's the key centerpiece of the meditation garden. Here's the Fountain of Tears. GI, he's the genesis of the tears. They're going from teardrop to teardrop into the pond, touching the wife and child of his buddy. And for those of you that haven't been here lately, we have a 16 by 28 map of Vietnam and of the Persian Gulf. We invite you to come and sign them. We put on board online the exhibit hall in the Learning Center. It's been going for 4 years now. Right now we have $180,000 worth of original art from the Navy Museum in Washington, D.C. Come and see it, you'll enjoy it. And this is the Persian Gulf tribute. We plan on dedicating this next summer. Persian Gulf people, we're going to have a reunion at the high ground next July, 5 days. Come and be a part of it. We're working on a military dog tribute. We have the artist picked, and this is what it's going to look like. We plan on dedicating that next spring. The high ground, a safe place for healing. Remember the number 20? We told you about that. The high ground offers books for those suffering from PTSD. These books are free to veterans with a handshake. That they read it, sign it, give it to a significant other in their lives, read it, sign it, and pass it on to somebody that needs it. Nancy? Okay. Books are right over here. I'm going to show you these books. We have a program that we take, and if somebody looks like they're hurting, we offer them one of these books. This is Courage After Fire for post-traumatic stress for Persian Gulf. And then we have another one. It's called Tears of a Warrior. And for anybody that's here today, come and see me. We'll give you a free book and ask you to work with it. I want to tell you that in the reason we're doing this is 3 or 4 years ago we had families come to us and spouses saying, my kid just came home, my wife just came home, my husband just came home, there's something wrong. And we went and talked to the people at Toma, and they said, you got to get them talking to each other. So we gave them this book, and since we started 2 years ago, we've given away 700 of these books. We're working on it, but I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of people out there, the post-traumatic stress people from Toma come and see us once a month, April through October. They're just babies compared to us, just babies. This is our new Welcome Center, was just approved. The center of that will be a POW tower, and on the left side will be a hall for what the high ground is, so we can bring visitors through it in inclement weather. And the right-hand side will be about POWs and the Holocaust. So we're not going to let that happen, that people forget about who we are and what we were. What does the high ground need from you? You're all ready, right? So, high ground asks your help and encourage all veterans in your area to visit the country's only manned Veterans Park in the United States. That's a pretty cool place. Partner with us, other VFWs and American Legions, and continue to make available these great books that are suffering with PTSD through the VBA Chapter 5. We're going to ask them for a donation of $300 so we can continue this program, and anybody else that can help us. The high ground, place for all of us. How's that, Leroy? 9.5 minutes. Thank you for your time. God bless you.
He was cutting us off short here. I have some work.